Hello trainers and welcome to Smashing Gaming. My name is Will and today we have a deck profile around Victini V. And before we get into the deck, if you like the content I create, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. And feel free to leave a comment below, all comments are welcome. So starting off with the deck, we have Charizard V. Charizard V is a fire Pokemon with 220 HP. It has a retreat cost of 3 and a weakness to water. It has 2 attacks. First attack, Claw Slash, does 80 damage for 3 colorless energy. And the second attack, Fire Spin, for 2 fire and 2 colorless energy, does 220 damage and you discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. Next, we have Charizard VSTAR. Charizard VSTAR is a fire Pokemon with 280 HP. It has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to water. It has 2 attacks. First attack, Explosive Fire, for 2 fire and 1 colorless energy, does 130 damage, and if you have any damage counters on Charizard V, you get to do 100 more. In the second attack, the V-Star power, Star Blaze, for 3 fire and 1 colorless energy, does 320 damage and you discard 2 energy from Charizard. Next, we have Charmander. Charmander is a fire Pokemon with 70 HP, 1 retreat cost and a weakness to water. It has 2 attacks. First attack, Collect, for 1 fire energy, allows you to draw a card. And the second attack, Flare, for 2 fire energy, does 30 damage. Next, we have Charmeleon. Charmeleon is a fire Pokemon with 90 HP, retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to water. It has 2 attacks. First attack, Slash, does 20 damage, and second attack, Raging Flames, for 2 fire, does 60 damage and you discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Next, we have Charizard. Charizard is a fire Pokemon with 170 HP. It has 3 retreat cost and a weakness to water. It has 1 attack, Flare Bits, that for 2 fire and 2 colorless energy does 170 damage and you discard all energy from Charizard. However, it also has the ability Burning Brightly, that means that each basic fire energy attached to all your Pokemon provides 2 fire energy, and you can't apply more than 1 Burning Brightly at any given time. Next, we have Moltres. Moltres is a fire Pokemon with 120 HP, that has a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to water. It has 1 attack, Fire Wing, that for 2 fire and 1 colorless energy does 110 damage. It also has the ability Flare Symbol, that means that your basic fire Pokemon attacks do 10 more damage except for Moltres. Next, we have the star of the deck, Victini V. Victini V is a fire Pokemon with 190 HP, retreat cost of 1 and a weakness to water. It has 2 attacks. First attack, V Bullet, that does 10 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is Pokemon V, this attack does 50 more, and this is for 1 fire energy. And second attack, Flare Shot, that for 1 fire and 1 colorless energy does 120 damage and you discard all energy from this Pokemon. Next, we have Victini VMAX. Victini VMAX is a fire Pokemon. It has 310 HP, a retreat cost of 2 and a weakness to water. It has 2 attacks. First attack, for 1 colorless energy, allows you to attach up to 3 energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like. And second attack, Max Victory, for 1 fire and 1 colorless energy, does 100 damage, and if your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon V, this attack does 120 more. Next, we have 1 copy of Lumineon V. Lumineon V is a water Pokemon with 170 HP. It has 1 retreat cost and a weakness to electric. It has 1 attack, Aqua Return, that for 1 water and 2 colorless energy does 120 damage and you shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it back into your deck. However, Lumineon V here is in here for the ability Luminous Sign, that when you play it from your hand onto your bench, during your turn you can search your deck for any supporter card, reveal it and put it into your hand. And lastly, we have Radiant Greninja. Radiant Greninja is a water Pokemon with 130 HP, a retreat cost of 1 and a weakness to electric. It has 1 attack, Moonlight Shuriken, for 2 water and 1 colorless energy. You discard 2 energy from this Pokemon and this attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. However, it is in here for its ability Concealed Cards. That means that if you must discard a energy card from your hand and you get to draw 2 cards. So with that, let's get into the trainers. So for the trainers, we have Evolution Incense. Evolution Incense is in here to allow us to search for our evolution Pokemon. That may be a Charizard VSTAR, it may be a normal Charizard, a Charmeleon, or a Victini VMAX. We also have one copy of Ordinary Rod. Ordinary Rod is in here, just great for recovering some cards that we need to discard, and just for in case we potentially deck out. We also have one copy of Pal Pad. Pal Pad allows us to put 2 support cards from our discard pile back into our deck. This is great recovery if we need to make sure we have a boss's orders for late in the game, or if we need to try and get another draw engine card. We also have a couple of copies of Quick Ball. Quick Ball is just great for searching out our basic Pokemon. We have 4 copies of Rare Candy. Rare Candy is in here to allow us to skip the Charmeleon evolution so we can get to Charizard with the Burning Brightly ability quicker. We also have 2 copies of Switch just to help reduce the chance of us getting stuck in the active. We have Ultra Ball in here, another great search card that allows us to discard 2 cards and we can find any Pokemon, whether that be a basic or an evolution. Next, we have Magma Basin. Magma Basin allows us to accelerate 1 fire energy from our discard pile to one of our Pokemon and then we really like, but we must put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, and I must say that it has to be a fire Pokemon, so we can't use it to accelerate energy to Lumineon V or to Greninja. Next we have Avery. Avery is just in here because it allows us to draw 3 cards, and if we drew any cards in this way, our opponent must discard bench Pokemon until they have 3 left. This is great if our opponent has a lot of bench cards to support their strategy. Next we have 3 copies of Boss's Orders, just standard, just great for gusting their opponent and pulling something into the active. We also have 1 copy of Leon. Leon allows our Pokemon's attacks to do 30 more damage to our opponent's active Pokemon. It's just great for getting a wee bit extra damage if we need to. We also have the usual copies of Marnie, just great hand disruption and shuffle draw for our deck. We have Professor's Research. Professor's Research, just great discard draw. You discard your hand and draw 7. We have 1 copy of Raihan. Raihan, if any of our Pokemon get knocked out, we can accelerate a basic energy from our discard pile and search our deck for any other card and place it into our hand. We also have 1 copy of Roxanne. Roxanne is in here as a great situational card, so if our opponent is doing particularly well, we can play Roxanne to reduce their hand size. So with Roxanne, when we play Roxanne, both players shuffle their hands into their deck, you draw 6 and your opponent draws 2. And that's it for the trainers. We also have 10 fire energies because this is purely a fire based build. So with that, let's get to some games. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can get a game with Victini V, see if we can get a win. And of course, our first matchup is against a water deck. Is this going to be Palkia or Shadow Rider? We might struggle here, but we'll see if we can get a win. After all, we are hella heavily weak to water, and it looks like we're not getting a good start though. Start with Charmander, Boss, Magma Basin, Switch, and 2 Charizard Vs. This is not going to be ideal. It would be better if we could attack on our first turn. So it's going to be Arceus Pikachu. Okay, not too bad actually. We do have Charizard. We will have to hold. Hopefully we can get some sort of draw next turn. Okay, so this is Arceus, Pikachu, Suffering Pikachu, and Togekiss. Luckily for us, Suffering Pikachu is not a water Pokemon, it is in fact lightning, so our opponent is just going to pass. Sadly, there's really not much we can do. I think what we'll do is we'll boss up the Pikachu and force our opponent to expend a energy. Expend an energy or a switch if they've got it. We can get them to use it. Use Capacious Bucket. Of course, Pikachu only requires 1 energy to retreat, so this is just a assault tactic. Okay, so they must have the switch. Okay, so they've got Escape Rope. So we really need to get some sort of draw this next turn. Ideal situation would be that we can get ourselves a Research, which would get us a Rare Candy, a Charizard, and a Fire Energy. and then we can actually attack. So we do get Lumineon, so we will use it to get ourselves a research. Also just going to play the Magma Basin. I don't like the idea of giving up the rare candy, but we have to try and dig. So it looks like we're going to dig in some more. We use Greninja, and we've got a quick ball. Kinda tempted to get Victini V. What we'll do is we will go for Victini. We won't need the boss just now. Yeah, we'll get Victini set up. And we do have research for next turn. Just accelerate energy to Victini, and then we'll pass to our opponent. They do have Charizard V. Okay, this is a rather interesting deck. We're going to use Trinity Charge again. We're going to accelerate to the Inteleon. Really, our sights need to be on the Inteleon, as they will one-shot us. We will use our Pal Pad just to get our two bosses back. I will attach the umbrella to Charizard. It's probably going to go down this turn. And we'll go digging again. We did not draw anything particularly useful there. We do get the Evolution Incense, so what we'll do is we'll get ourselves a Charmeleon. Okay, and we will evolve our Victini as well, and we can accelerate an energy to Victini. And actually, do we want to get another one set up? Probably do, but we'll just take the knock. Well, we don't get to get a knockout because we are still not having any damage counters on Charizard, of course, so we're only doing 130. We are going to retreat into the Inteleon, which is fair enough. We will get a return KO with Victini if they don't evolve. They're just going to go for Aqua Bullet. But we are now taking a knockout with Charizard, so we will just power up our bench Pokemon, and we'll use Avery just to draw some cards. We do have Boss, so we may as well go for Star Blaze. We don't have any other Pokemon V, so we may as well just use it now. Not going to do any harm. Charizard's going to get knocked out next turn anyway. And even if it doesn't, we only need to attach one energy thanks to our Burning Brightly Charizard, which is good news for us. So it looks like they're going to go into Togekiss. They do have their Pikachu, so Pikachu is still a electric Pokemon, so that's fine. So they're going to go into Pikachu VMAX and take the knockout. The damage is not too bad for us. We will go for boss knockouts. We will here we'll hold accelerating the energy, but we will get the knockout on the Arceus. That's fine. We get two prizes, an Ordinary Rod and a Ultra Ball. So as long as our hand doesn't get Marnied, we can just boss for game. Max Surf, that's fine. And that should be game for us, and that's why we play mini boss, and Victini being powerful against these evolving Vs, and that's why Victini is actually an okay deck. And I don't know if you can get these evolving Vs first, so let's see if we can get another game. Okay, here we go with another game with Victini V. We'll see what we're up against. Our opponent does have the Marnie deck box, which doesn't really give anything away. We will go first. Hopefully this time we can start with a Charmeleon and a Victini. So we can get ourselves a Victini, but sadly we don't have any draw, so we might need to hold the... Okay, so we're against Blissey. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll hold our hand just now. I guess we're going to get Marnied this turn. I expect a Marnie. I'm pretty sure Star Blaze, so does 320. Probably can't get a knockout. Oh, we can get a knockout, okay. So what we'll do is we'll have to go and dig in. We'll get ourselves the Victini, and we do have the Lumineon and the Greninja, so we'll go for Victini. We will just get rid of the Charizard. We can put that back in because we actually do have. Just checking what we've prized. So we have prized Charmander, it looks like, and a couple of energies, and one. Well, we're not prized the boss, we've got our boss in hand, so we will just play the Rod now, as we are going to use Lumineon to discard our hand. So we'll go get research, and we'll just research. Okay, so get ourselves a. We'll evolve the Charmeleon just now, and we'll attach a fire energy to Victini. We'll just hold here. See what our opponent's going to do. Again, we're kind of hoping for a Marnie or a draw, so it looks like they're going to play Hammer. Okay, so they do get the heads. That shouldn't matter too much as long as we can get another Burning Brightly Charizard set up. They don't have any energies in the discard pile just yet, and we have used our only really ability here, so we're going to have to. They did pick up Avery though. It looks like they do have Avery in their hand, so we can accelerate our energy to Victini. So what we'll do is attach, and we will accelerate one energy to Victini. We'll just hold. Just have to hold them now. Opponent's probably going to play Avery, which if they do, we can get rid of the Lumineon, keep the Moltres, and actually probably start powering up Moltres this. No, we can't, we don't have any energy. Opponent is going to play Avery, so we'll just get rid of the Lumineon. I'm going to put Miltank up, so that's why I wanted to keep the Moltres. We will get the knockout on this Charmeleon. As we can start hitting now with Victini. Hopefully we can get a draw this turn. Okay, we're just going to get a fire energy. I need to try and hold off them now, so we'll just use max victory. I'll do 220. I imagine our opponent will be playing more hammers, probably full heals. Okay, so I'm just going to share and scare the Blissey back. That's not an issue. We can still build up our Moltres, because the Miltank will be a problem if we don't deal with it. So, okay, so we're going to do 60. They don't accept energy, and that's a lovely top deck of that research. That's perfect. Not only we have the candy, but we don't have the Charizard. I will just put the Big Parasol on the Victini. We'll go for max victory, 220. So does our opponent have another Sharon's Care? Probably they won't. Yeah, they're going to go into the Miltank. They're going to go for research, perhaps. Okay, so I'm going to boss up the Moltres. That's fair enough. What I want to do this turn is we will put our Moltres back onto the bench, just because Miltank will be coming into the active. We will play Marnie, and then we can use Greninja, and we can accelerate another energy to our bench Victini. Okay, so we do have boss, and that's great. So we can get around the Miltank if we need to. So I'll take I am tempted to take the knockout on the Miltank just now. It imagines what they're going to go in with. Leon would be good as well right now because we could Leon knock out the Blissey, but I think taking out Miltank's probably better. We just hopefully need to take out the one. They are going to hammer us. They are worried about the Moltres here, understandably, so we can accelerate that energy back to Moltres. We will attach and we will go into the Miltank. We'll use Fire Wing, we'll take the knockout. So that's good for us. Sadly, our Rod is in the discard pile. It might be worth actually playing as it's Cyan. It allows us to return. An opponent's just going to scoop. So that's 2 wins with Victini. So that's it for the deck list. So thanks for checking us out. And if you like this content, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button or leave a comment below. All comments are welcome. And I'll see you next time. And until we live, so we live to battle another day. I'm still trying to get that saying correct in my head. Catch you later.